Good evening, YouTube and Twitch. This is Harmony Muse with the continuing story of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. When last we left, we had just helped get the first group of refugees to Revenant's Toll, and we were needing to speak to Menphilia, or have Lady Yugiri speak to Menphilia. Right now, what we are is doing what you're doing here was waiting on the queue. This is one of the most populated servers in the game, so we've got to wait time to get logged in. Of course, it's not Balmung or Gungnir. Those are like the super overloaded servers. Well, let's get to it, shall we? Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Baldessian continue to meet with failure. Urian J has reported other avenues of inquiry, but they have yielded naught. We persevere, of course, yet within our hearts we know the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know. How fare the Domans? I am given to understand you kept her quite busy in Vesper Bay. Mayhap you have questioned the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unsolved. I should not blame you if you did, nor could I deny this matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of those refugees, not when it was within our power to help them. Lady Yugiri is here? Please, show her in. I should very much like to meet her. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's Toll could accommodate us all, could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has been a pleasure, Antecedent. Alas, we must take our leave, as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Oh, still rubbing the sleep out of my eyes. Good lord. That was a 3-hour nap I did not expect to take. Should you require anything else, pray speak with Slathborn. Lady Yugiri? And let's see, I think I might need one of these rings. Slaying. Now, I'm striking specifically, not slaying, so... Tempting. This right here. Ooh. Well, I fucked up. I'm gonna need to go get... Because I got the wrong ring. Wait a minute, let me actually check. Yeah, I fucked up. I'm gonna need to go get a slaying ring. Whoopsie daisy. I pray the Doman's journey has been uneventful. They have endured too much hardship, and for far too long. Forgive me, there is another matter we need to discuss. My mother was to see to it that the Domans received a welcome supper. Now that the first group is nearly here, would you go and see if she is in need of assistance? So we've done the guns part. Time to handle the butter part of strategy, or of logistics. Let me check something. Okay. What this is about right here is one of the more well-known members of the Crimson Reapers, the free company that I'm a member of, passed away recently. This was before my time. I never really got to meet them. But if it was somebody that our guild respected this much, then they're worthy of my respect too. Yeah, I can afford it. This is because... oh. Huh, well, shit. Did this to myself, I did. That sort of ring is unique equipped. You can only have one of them. Well, that's my doing, I suppose. Now, because I want to show you something neat, I'm going to toss myself into the queue for it. I doubt I will get to see it, the inside of this place tonight, but we'll see. The Labyrinth of the Ancients is the first. It's the first of the the 24-man instances. I don't think that I will make it in. I'm reasonably sure that I won't make it in. That doesn't bother me. Okay, and here's... wow! Apparently people have already been lining up. Hello again. To what do I owe the pleasure? Ah, ever the worker, or warrior, my Acilia. Acilia was the original name Minfilia took. This is her adoptive mother, as we know. The seventh heaven should have the meals ready by now, though I believe they have yet to be delivered. Would you mind speaking with Alice to be sure? Oh, and take this wine with you. The adults would appreciate it. So I'm taking dinner and booze to the refugees. But I suppose they're no longer refugees, but residents, since they plan to work and hard for their supper. What'll it be, wine or something stronger? Huh, how very kind of you to volunteer to help. Here, take these meals to the emissary's assistant outside the northern gate. She'll handle distribution. It's basically one of these quests. For like a year, this was level 50 endgame central in the game. You know, back in the old days of 2014, or 13 and 14. I really can't say old days, but, well, you know what I mean. As you can see, the Domans have recently arrived. I was assured we would have food and drink by now, but we've yet to receive anything from the Seventh Heaven. Oh, that's Shamani Lomani's booze. That's cool. That's a nice little touch if you stop and actually read the text over here. Ah, excellent. Many thanks. While they had rations to sate their hunger during the journey, there is no substitute for a freshly cooked meal. I must say, I was not expecting you of all people to deliver these. Far be it from me to question your organization's delegation of duties, but surely there are other tasks better suited to your talents? Though, on further consideration, I should probably consider this a blessing. We have a situation which would benefit from your personal attention. And because I fucked up, I can't get the ring I want. I should have gotten the slaying one rather than waiting. This time, remember not to make the same mistake and go ahead and get the slaying band. Mayhap you have already heard, but the lake cobras that inhabit the area along the road to St. Coinac's Find have multiplied to plague-like proportions as of late. This wasn't a concern for us in the past, as only proven adventurers tend to gather in Revenant's Toll. However, with the recent arrival of the Doman refugees, among which are the elderly and the young both, suffice to say, it would not do for our newly arrived guests to fall prey to the local fauna. For their sake, would you be so kind as to rid us of these rampant cobras? The creatures have made nests amongst the broken pieces of Imperial airship. You can use these slices of rancid effed meat to lure them out. You'll notice that despite having 5 of 6 tanks and 4 of 6 healers, that it still says, oh, average wait time more than 30 minutes. That's because I'm sorry, 5 tanks and 3 healers. That's because it takes a while for people to queue up for this. To the point where, and again, as ever, our big stopgap is tanks and healers. Not to mention, this is also a rather low demand thing. Not many people are doing it because there's really no point and no gear to be had since it's not on a roulette. Good old Midare Setsugeka, that never gets old. And we lost another healer. This is why it takes over 30 minutes to get a group together for this, is... well, you see. Now we're going to see if we can use our Hisatsu Kaiten, which doubles the which increases the potency of the next weapon skill by 50%. So a 720 potency Midari Setsugeka is 1080, effectively making it do 1.5 times the normal damage. And now we've got 5 tanks and 1 healer. $2,377 damage. Holy shit. Okay. Yes, yes, we quite like that power. Holy shit. Because let's face it, human nature is to be impatient. It's to want to do something now. The fact that this isn't something that healers can do now generally leads to quite a few of them, quite a few people getting into queue, seeing how long it's going to take, and saying, nope, welcome to DPS queue, assholes. Oh, I just got a message from my good buddy Fan. Hey, Fan. You just finished your 31 through 30? Okay, good, good, good. You don't have to queue up for this and wait for an hour just for me, so do what you want to do. Here's the last cobra nest. Last bit of rancid meat. And the Hisatsu Kaiten wears off because of the stun immediately before the Midori Setsugeka hits, leaving it doing normal, leaving it doing non-enhanced damage, but still critting for almost 2,000. Okay, now we've lost the tank. Okay, well, you enjoyed that talisman, man. I still can't believe that game we played for like 3 or 4 hours. And we had 2 talismans, but we didn't have everybody ready to go. Or we didn't have anybody remotely ready to go to actually claim the crown. Especially with Grimm's character constantly dying. So the calling is done? Thank you. You've done us all a great service. When you were afield tending to that business, I saw that the Domans were fed. They were weary from their long journey, and the memory of their lost homeland is heavy in their hearts. Yet, I dare say I sensed a glimmer of hope in their bearing. In time, they may yet regain a semblance of inner peace. Oh, I ought to mention something that seemed to be afoot over at the Rising Stones. Lest you be absent for a matter of import, it may be well to report back. Well, that's good. Don't get me wrong, from what I've played of it, I really massively enjoy that game, but it seems like to actually complete a game would take at least 4 hours, whether we were playing custom rule set or not. Goodbye, another healer. What Spinfilia want? Oh, the other scions are here too. This is going to be something. This is going to be some bad juju, isn't it? It's Y'shtola, so it's something about Lamenso.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The serpent reavers are indeed the culprits.
Oh, great. It's the Serpent Reavers, which means Leviathan.
The plot thickens.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet, which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand being the island on which Limsa, Laminsa, and Lenosha sits.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late.
Guess what? They summoned Leviathan.
Oh, they mean to summon Leviathan?
Yes, yes, they do.
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas.
Well, I guess that means it's time to go fuck up a sea god.
But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
The Echo.
Ugh.
Remember, anytime you hear that heartbeat and see this like this, we're seeing her memories.
And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless one. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Oh dear. Yeah, he's getting immortality. We got to do some shit about that.
This promise of immortality. The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
Well, it looks like it's time for us, you guys, to get the hell out. That can't possibly be a good thing.
The gift and knowledge.
That's what Elidibus was talking about.
Are the two of you quite well?
You shared that vision, did you not?
Yep, yeah I did.
Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this.
Yep.
But surely it is not within his power to grant the Echo.
The Echo is granted by the wrong deity for this.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
Well, we can definitely do that.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
Everybody is scared about letting Tataru run things.
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the Echo.
Fair enough.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. on the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Remember what happened the last time you ran afoul of Ascian's moron?
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
That said, we want him to be there because some of the most awesome cutscenes I have seen come along at the end of 2.2. Just trust me here.
Aye, a primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
Primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
That we are.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
Yeah, we get to see her kick some ass.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Yeah, it was after this that they introduced the Rogue class, which can upgrade into Ninja. One of my favorite DPS, or at the time, one of my favorite DPS classes. Fifth plainly, should the worst come to pass, and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse would be to face him in battle. Given previous experience, you may very well think that eventuality inevitable. Yet so long as that there is even a chance that a primal's return might be prevented, we must bend all our efforts toward achieving that goal. Before we do anything else, let us hasten to Limsa Lominsa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time, and doubtless will have valuable information to share. But you see how things have been, you know, going up and down when it comes to the number of tanks and healers. 20 minutes in, we're at the same numbers we were at the beginning of the 20 minutes. Anyway, we got to go see Melvib in Limsa, so teleporting. And 5. I look like I'm going the wrong way, but I'm checking on something. I might be able to replace that ring. Yeti Fang ring. Holy Cedar ring. Agate ring. 40,000. Yeah, nope. 30,000. Double nope. 15,000. You'll do. Now we have all the healers we need and we're waiting on 3 tanks. This might actually happen tonight. We might actually get to see the inside of the Crystal Tower. Or rather, the first tier of it. You're expected. Pray take this lift to the command room. Melvib. I love Melvib's voice acting. Welcome, friend. Oh, welcome, friends. I take it Y'shtola has praised you of the situation. Let us waste no time, then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not enough crystals to summon their gods. Alas, we did not count the Serpent Reapers venturing as far as Thanalin to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the Fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavor. But if, gods forbid, our efforts come to naught, then we need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Minfilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front line. I only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I say only that there is something I would need to see with my own eyes. Is that so? Well, I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Lieutenant Baldwin, that's me. Our scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagin movements within the Sapsa spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to the operation staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be apprised of our latest intelligence. Commander Falk Brita has been in charge of the garrison. This might actually happen tonight, huh? No kidding. Anyway, that's done. Let's get ourselves teleported over Camp Skull Valley. I think so. Sorry, just having a hard time breathing through my nose. And we're on our way. Don't really need you, birdie friend, but always better to have more help than none. Remind me the next time we get back to Limsa to actually go into my barracks and check on my recruiting. And now I've got that song stuck in my head again. Sorry about humming, guys. Bad habit. Dreamer. Okay, that's not proper Roman numerals, so I don't know what their name is trying to be. And here's Falk Brita. I've been expecting you, Scion of the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount, and with your aid we will prevent Leviathan's return. Ooh, bracelets. What bracelet am I? A 120 because I was lazy. Fireworks and fish don't mix. Okay. As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter the Sapsa spawning grounds. Among other things, they have orders to determine whether or where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. That our scouts might move unhindered and return unscathed, diversionary maneuvers are presently underway. In charge of these maneuvers is Ujagal. If you are otherwise unoccupied, mayhap you would be willing to offer her your aid. You are here to help with the diversions? Aren't you supposed to be that irreplaceable adventurer the success of the operation is hinging on? I'm inclined to say it's not worth risking your neck for something so trifling as this. But if the hero insists, who am I to argue? Here, take these explosives. Use them to blow the Sahagan Pavises sky high. And create commotion in the half-stone the likes of which the fishbacks have never seen. That ought to keep them good and occupied. Oh, and in the event the Sahagan come after you, there's no need to be shy. Stay around. Get yourselves acquainted. Whatever it takes to buy more time for our scouts. Translation, after I blow shit up, stay behind and erect the Sahagan to try to start something with me. I thought Pavis was a fancy term for a shield. Or a helmet or something similar of a defensive nature. Yep. So basically I'm using grenades to blow up emplacements. Aww. They think they're cute. That's 3 of... Okay. Those kind of look almost like there's meant to be artillery. Seem to remember them shooting them at me before. Oh, ballista. Yep, they're artillery. Now, where is this Pavis I'm supposed to explode? Oh, up there. Or 1880 something. That was one shot kill. Not gonna say no to that. Definitely liking this over Red Mage. I mean, I use Red Mage in Palace of the Dead to work up my Aether Pool. You know, Aether Pool stats so I can get a better weapon. However, how to say this diplomatically? I much prefer gameplay as a samurai than I do to a red mage. It might be that I just don't like spellcasting. It might be the big numbers that I see when I'm playing a samurai. That doesn't mean red mages can't get really big numbers too, it's just that I see them more reliably here. It sounds like the diversion was a success. I heard the fireworks all the way over here. My thanks, friend. We've done all we can for our scouts. All that's left to pray is that they return safely. We're taking the silver? Spirit Bond Potion. Ooh. Our scouts are long overdue. I fear something ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it is not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Sapsa, all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, if they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you at this juncture. Shortcut. Not gonna argue about the money. Not my circus, not my monkeys, not my problem. Let's find our wounded boyos. They are not here. Where are they? This is not good. This is actually quite bad. Where are they? Here we go. Help somebody, of all the times to forget the restorative. Thank you. I owe you my life. We were ambushed by serpent reavers. Lightly armed as we are, we didn't stand a chance. You've got a fucking two-handed axe on your back and you're lightly armed? I was able to flee this far, but the others are captured. They were taken to Serpent's Tongue, I'm sure of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. You've got a great axe, and you're saying that you were lightly armed. Wuss, I say. I'll help you with this, man. Since you look like you're trying to solo this. There we go, Al. doing you a favor, pal. If only because you're a fellow warrior player. Well, I'm not a warrior player anymore, but you know what I mean. They named their chocobo Angry Bird. That's cute. Coral necklace. I'm gonna see if that coral necklace is used for something. Okay. We found corpses and we found Tempered, and we're down to 5 healers now. Again, after 49 minutes. Yep, fan only 2 tanks stayed. On here. To take the corpses back to Falkrita. Now imagine doing this at level 50 rather than 53 with Gladiator tank level damage, no chocobo backup because I don't know that we had combat chocobos at the time. That's what I did back in the bad old days. Things are so much easier and so much... They were fun then. They're more fun now. You've returned, thank the Navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Here's some corpses. Dear gods, those wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they have gone too far. I dread to think what may have become of the 2 who remain unaccounted for. I pray they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as I speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operations. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. Yeah, she's pissed. One of her, 4 of her people died. Thrice-stamped fishback bastards. I'll kill them slowly, then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. She was, okay, she definitely cared about her soldiers. And there's the Admiral. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass at the Aetherite in the depths of Sapsa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready, but await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with fierce resistance. Ah, but we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetherite and eliminate the Sahagin priests presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagins' legion of drowned pirates at Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful of the lay of the land as there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault, and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. Foreign levy, that is, adventurers. At the self-same moment, a diversionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. Likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hope of confusing the Sahagin effort. You and Y'shtola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Classic military move. Make it look like we're planning a big attack while sneaking in a small assassin unit. Thancred and Yugiri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle around to join the infiltration unit of Y'shtola and me. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetherite, accompanied by Lady Minfilia, as was agreed. Yeah, we get to see her kick all the ass. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! Almost everybody in this upcoming fight gets to show off really, really well. When last did we fight side by side? Too long ago, I warrant, but come, let us away. Okay, wait, no, we're not returning. Go to the first checkpoint and defeat any Sahagin that appear. This is where things start to get cool, guys. We had cutesy with the Good King Mughal the 12th. Now I get to see everybody be badass. You signed your own death warrant, buddy. See that with the Hisatsu Kaiton, I got 2,000, almost 2,100 damage on a non-critical. I love this friggin' class, I swear. I think the earlier bosses didn't even have that much damage in total, health in total. 1855, not too shabby. Not what I'd like to have seen, but hey. We can't have the crazy good damage every time. Now we're to the third checkpoint. $23.85, and it wasn't a crit. I want to see what this what Hisatsu Kaiten on my super does on a critical. I really do. Even without it, I'm... Oh, another Q popped. So now we have, instead of 2, 6, and 12, we have 1, 3, and 9. Shit. Oh well. It doesn't look like I'm getting into Crystal Tower today. Pray do not concern yourself. 'Twas but a glancing blow. Come, the Aetheryte is close at hand. Let us press on. Watch cool shit about to happen, people. Oh, we're outnumbered.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Yes, they have. Whoa, right in the head.
Did I miss much?
All right, Thancred, be awesome. This was to show you what Ninja could do so you could be one if you wanted. I told you, they got to be awesome things.
So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans.
Ha ha!
But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
You can... You're like, A lot of the moves he's doing, you can end up doing as a rogue. And yes, you do get extra damage from hitting and many rogue attacks from the back. So just like in World of Warcraft, rogues do it from behind. And that was just a little bit of it. Shot in the face.
You'll forgive me my lateness.
Ha! It's Melvin. Ha 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 ha! This is why she is one of my favorite of the military leaders. She's like, yeah, nope, and just pulls out the
I've been something
pistol.
of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled Sorewalkers, tormented our kind.
Tormented you?
But
You're the
no
one
more.
kidnapping ours.
Your time is at an end. You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs.
Better men than you have tried.
Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
This guy has the echo?
Such power! It is transcendent!
Just keep talking. You were saying? And she's like, nope. Bam.
Seven hells.
Guess who will we will?
Strike me down if you will. It is futile. I have mastered the gift. I am eternal.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll have to end him.
O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance.
Yeah, this ain't gonna be good.
I beseech you, come forth.
This is gonna be bad.
Die, damn you!
Foolish shorewalker, you cannot kill that which is eternal.
I like that her answer is basically just to shoot every damn thing. And there is Leviathan.
Heavens forfend.
Which is exactly what Heavens Forfend right here. This is a throwback to 1.0. To the initial intro in Limsa Lominsa to 1.0. Your character is on a ship coming in. Ishtola is there. Leviathan happens, and she says, Heavens Forfend, and throws up that shield of hers.
Damn it all!
Well, we're fucked.
My being am the way. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Yeah, well, that's not good. I like that my character just has that steely gaze of, yeah, I'm gonna have to kill that.
Where did he go?
say you? Nary a single ship. Hells take that sea demon.
So Leviathan wrecked the entire fleet.
Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates.
And she's more concerned about her men than the ships. That's a good leader.
Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless...
Things are gonna get bad.
God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Oh, he wants to sink the whole damn city. That ain't gonna be good. Let's see what Melvib has to say here. Understand, I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise coastal settlements. If his last attempt is any guide, we cannot let his suffer history be repeated. Yet how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Have next. Heart of the Whirl. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, but Limelaine herself would struggle to best the Lord of the Whirl in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and matchwood of us. We need another plan, that much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. Oh, I wanted to get to Limsa anyway. While we're there, we're not going to go straight to Melvib. We're going to go to the barracks and check my recruitment. Before I can start sending my squadron on missions, I need to have 4 of them. I only have 3. An archer, a white mage, and a marauder, if memory serves. Or rather, a marauder, a conjurer, and an archer. They're not bard, paladin, whatever yet. To the aft castle. It's been a while since I've actually been in Limsa proper. I was supposed to speak to you for Titan anyway. Let's get that resolved while I'm here. Ah, Lieutenant Baldwin, your presence is most welcome. I am chagrined we must turn to you again to lay Titan low. No doubt this is yesterday's news to you, but the Lord of Crags has returned more ferocious and formidable than he was before. We cannot fathom how the kobolds were... How the fuck... We will learn the answer in the coming moons, I suspect, but first things first. We need you to vanquish Titan before he and the kobolds have had a chance to wreak havoc on Limsa Lominsa. You have felled the Primal before, and we believe you can emerge victorious once more. We've learned of a new aetheryte that will take you to the navel. It is situated deep within the Ugamaro mines. Not the most convenient of locations, admittedly, so you'll have to cut yourself a path. Please make all haste. Titan's mere presence emboldens the kobolds, and 'tis only a matter of time before they move in force against us. May the Navigator guide you on your way, Lieutenant. Their name is Pumpkin King, and they have a pumpkin head. Whatever makes you happy, buddy. Enlistment papers, and there's a quest for enlistment. Good news, Commander. We've received new enlistment papers. I've left them on your desk to review. If you prefer, however, I can arrange you meet any new potential recruits face to face. I always like to look a soldier in the eye myself. We've got Rolyar. Let's question this fella. Excuse me for all the coughing. He's a bit of an all-arounder as far as skills go. Not that great at anything. I'm assuming those skills will mean something later. The squadron is now 4 strong, which means we're ready for deployment, sir. What do you think? Squadron formed. The barracks has room for 8 soldiers. If you wish to enlist any promising recruits beyond that, I am afraid you'll need to discharge one of your existing squadron members. Never a pleasant task, but an elite unit is no place for underperformers. Right then, they say experience is the best teacher, so how about we jump straight into a simple mission? Deploy your mission, da-da-da, squadron starts, da-da-da. Now, what do you have for me, Rolyar? Greetings, Commander. The squadron is eager to receive your next orders. Mission deployment. Our fledgling squadron's first deployment. Now, ordinarily I would offer you a list of pre-approved duties to choose from, but I've taken the liberty of arranging a special mission to ease the recruits into their roles. All you need to do is confirm the squadron members and give the signal to deploy. Etc., etc. Okay. Oh. That's what this is about. Okay. What I need, nothing about chemistry. Mission affinity. So they put a lot of work into this. So basically they're going to go out on a street patrol. They should return in an hour. An order has been given, Commander. The squadron is mission bound. Oh, I should also mention that each deployment is funded by company SEALs. I've paid what's owed this time around, but the Maelstrom requires that their soldiers receive fair compensation. For future deployments, you'll need to pay the recruits yourself. And now we wait. Once the squadron has returned from their mission, speak to me and I'll provide you a full report. Okay. Speak to the squadron sergeant to confirm the results of a mission. Squadron missions require 18 hours to complete Earth time. The time remaining until a mission completed, etc. Yada yada, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Timers. Estate? What the hell is an estate? Oh. Voyages. Adventure Squadron mission underway. 58 minutes remaining. Okay, let's get back to the actual game, shall we? Huh. We're gonna stay long enough to see what happens with that mission. Okay, back down to the Aetheryte Plaza. Sorry about this typing here. One of our guild members, in fact, I think the second or third in command, is from Quebec. So she speaks French and accidentally spoke French in main channel. So I responded in kind. I don't actually speak that much French except to say that I don't know how to speak very much French. You're expected in the command room. Pray keep the or do not keep the admiral waiting. So back to story. And there's the whole crew. Hey Melva, what you got for me, lady?
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western La Noscia. Hearthstone it was called.
Okay.
Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths.
The
and
Company
set
of
about
Heroes.
unleashing watery
This
hell
again?
upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage.
Yep.
But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
So he leveled it from the ground. That's not
The
good.
area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Yep.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood.
Damn.
Given the quantity of crystal stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations.
Oh dear,
If
so
that
he's stronger than
demon is
before.
left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa.
Translation, go wreck him.
That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
Oh.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it?
Well,
The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
yep.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells. Is there no way that we might strike back?
Good question.
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
I wonder what good old N whatever the... I'm going to call him Welshy McWelshman. Because I have no idea how the fuck to say his
Speak freely,
name.
Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
But sea serpents are pretty damn dangerous to begin with.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Yes, he did.
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
Okay.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis.
Okay.
But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another.
All right.
In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals.
Possibly.
The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
You notice she's slyly looking to the side.
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
That it would.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
You notice they're talking shit to each other.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan.
That ain't gonna be the smartest
This
thing in the world.
itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
How much you want to bet big old Marshal Welshy McWelsh Pants himself was
Suffice it to
Mistbeard?
say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
Will be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay.
Okay, remnants of the
Give
fleet.
priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait.
Okay. Basically getting what
Storm
few ships
Marshal
they can
Sappington,
fighting.
Command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
Okay.
At once, Admiral.
then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa Lominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
My thanks there. I appreciate it. We might actually fight. We're back to 3 and 5. It's 20 people out of 20 people out of 24 we need. We've been at it an hour and a fucking half. Oh, I gotta speak to Ugari. Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess that I never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with the Primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. Oh, but what is it? A message, Admiral. I judged it best to be delivered at once. I am listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. Is it one of the company of heroes? The details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I am disinclined to put any store to this claim, but even should it be true, it is as Y'shtola said. None save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know now how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us that we do not know already? And yet, having wagered Limsa's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man? I hope his testimony could yield us any number of advantage should we not hear it. Damn it all. The twin vessels should soon be ready. We've no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on the supposed Primal Slayer's claims. You, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. The man you are looking for is believed to be a resident of the Great... Oh, god damn it, it's him. The Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. And back down to 1 and 3. It's gonna be that it's gonna be that shitbird that was using his supposed fame to get out of doing his work and getting, you know, bragging to get free beers and ladies. That's what this is going to be. And, oh, damn it. We almost had enough, but people dropped. Been waiting at it literally an hour and a half at this point. That really chaps my ass. It's going to be that same guy from very, very early on when we were looking for somebody for information to tell us how to fight Titan. And who he kept calling Titus. So if it's him, let's find out what creative way he mangles Leviathan's name. Fuck, why are your names in red? Why are your names in red like that? What the hell? That is weird. And we're in the wrong spot. This is legitimately beginning to piss me off. But then it's not their fault. Okay. Oh, that's what that means. They link. I'm such a high level, if I was to attack, every single one in that group would all jump me all at once. That's what that means. Okay. It's him. Now you look there. You'll have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over to the mill. But sir, that's what you said after you had me pick those oranges for you. And before I mucked out the chocobo stables. And before that I rolled that millstone over to the mill. And also before... Gods, man. I've worked 3 days without a wink of sleep. 3 days. And do you hear me complaining? Bah. I suppose some of us just aren't made for the rougher stuff. All right. I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that old Tractum ain't a generous soul. Now prick your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Because there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, you know? Ah. Oh my god. The tale of Tractum's epic victory over the dread primal Leviabetus. Oh my god. That's actually a reference to the internet memes about Wilford Brimley and his old State Farm document thing he did about diabetes and being a sufferer of it himself and how he pronounced it diabetes. Now Leviabetus is huge, make no mistake. Now, give you an idea how big, each of his scales is about as wide as cross as me members. Oh, God, he's talking about his pecker. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked my trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. Well, what happened next? Well, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots. But not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let my mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm as modest as well as heroic. Mayhap too modest. Now, there's some say you can never truly beat Leviabetus, that you've got to learn to live with him and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. Ah, it's you! I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention is all. I take back everything I said, you lying sack of horse shit. I was never in the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm chocobo dung. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in chocobo dung. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and that don't happen much. Oh, he's talking about his pecker again. Saying it's nice and tiny. Well, it could be worse. If you were a Galka in Final Fantasy XI, you wouldn't have one. I sure as hell didn't fight Leviabetus, but I have seen him with my own eyes. It was a few years back, when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking my duties one day, loitering about the harbor when I saw it. A great massive sea serpent some miles off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I shit myself right there and then. What? Oh gods, just remembering the day made me shit myself all over again. Hey, wait, if you're asking after Leviabetus, does that mean you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care. He really is terrible. Dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his skeleton at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless lying son of a whore. I can't believe you made me handle chocobo shit. This is Minfilia. Were you able to learn of anything of use against Leviathan? I beg your pardon? Leviabetus? I see. This is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at Moribi Dry Docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you are able. Hey, it's been right at damn near... Ooh. Seven people watching. Well, y'all are in for a treat. We were going to do a 24-man dungeon today, but it looks like the queue isn't going to behave, or rather, people are getting tired of waiting. You can legitimately see how long I've been waiting for that queue. But the way things are going, I'm probably going to be doing Leviathan soon. And I'm going to be doing it with my good friend Fan, who plays the character Misha. That's Fan the Wolfman, himself a YouTuber. Go check out his channel. He plays a lot of games himself and puts up videos for them. Not necessarily games I would like or play, but you know, I really do approve of his work. Why must you taunt me so? And there is... I'm told you're drawn to the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lass. I'll wager it serves to take your mind off of the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the World Eater I call her, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, I'm not going to use tonsage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would also mention she is near unsinkable, but I am not one to tempt fate. The World Eater and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word and we shall bear you to Leviathan. Yep, we're about to go fight Leviathan. Ah, I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the World Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She's been fitted with what our friends at Naldic and Vamelis are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Thancred and Ishtola, I will have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your divisionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sapsa, I dare say the Fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Ishtola, if you would join the 3rd Levy and Lady Yugari the 5th. But what words have I for the woman who has made sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. They're not even saying here, I'm like the warrior of light. That's what they're calling me now. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of mine own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you. May the crystal bless and keep you. It almost seems like a Catholic benediction right there. No need to thank me, buddy. You've earned it. And how many times have you pulled my ass out of the fire in dungeons here? Well, it is officially time to do the World Eater, so the hour and a half that I spent waiting in queue for this, yeah, well, hasta la bye-bye. Now, Fan, you said you wanted to tank for me for Leviathan, you said? Okay, is it okay for me to go ahead and send you an invite? Dark Knight? No shit. Okay, Fan, in that case, are you ready? Ready for me to queue? Now, back in the day, we were expected to have at least item level 60 before we did this. I have 108. Okay. In that case, I'm queuing us up. Wow! Holy shit. This is why it's good to have a friend who is not a damage dealer when you're a damage dealer looking to get stuff done. Fan, thank you and thank you again. And I'll probably keep thanking you after we get done with this. Nocturnal suck though. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, ow. I seem to remember that it was possible to be knocked off in this fight. I could be remembering wrong. And here we have Misha as tank protecting my character. That's something the old Broken Mirror crew would probably lose their crap over. Mine is the power to cleanse all things. None can withstand the relentless onslaught of the waves. Apparently we are there, homeboy. You challenge me with trickery? Fools! Your mortal contrivances cannot quell the raging sea. Oh, go help Misha. I got your back, buddy. I got your back. You got mine, too. Everybody gone that quickly? What the hell? I couldn't give anybody no stuff. That's not cool. Way to go, Misha, or way to go, Fan as Misha. You kicked all the ass. Gotta see what kind of gear that is. Oh, Ironworks gear, okay. And a Mithrite Claymore. Not bad. Not bad at all. Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. That was essentially the climax of 2.2. We're not quite done with it yet. At Command and Limsa Lamensa. Long ass load times. Let's check on the how long I've been streaming. Still got about 10-15 minutes. Okay. We're gonna keep going until we see the results of that first mission, because the tutorial mission they gave me was only a 1 minute-er, a 1 hour one. $25 minutes remaining then. Okay. There's going to be about 2 hours 15 that I'm going to be doing tonight. Probably a little bit more. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past visits. But today I will permit myself a few words. Ahem. I feel truly privileged to have had the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You are an inspiration to us all, madam. And on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room. Wink, wink.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you.
I thank you.
Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally.
I thank you again.
On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
You're very welcome.
Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
And you notice she gave eyes to him. And he's like, hoo 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 hoo.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated.
Okay.
This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man.
Yep.
Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
Translation? Welcome to being a ninja if you want to be one.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral.
Yep.
Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat, not unlike your own.
Yep.
By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
Yep.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
Basically, this is setting up the class and the job upgrade. The class being rogues, the fraternity, they're the dutiful sisters of the Edelweiss, they call themselves. Basically, they're rogues. They keep the pirate's code, as it were, meaning that pirates that fall afoul of the code, which is like, don't steal from fellow pirates, don't deal with human trafficking, and I forgot some other shit. They go and make examples of them. Rather bloody examples. And the ninja, well, you know what a ninja is.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
So you went from gladiator to rogue. So basically, they're also highlighting the concept of class changing here.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Oh, you're being a buzzkill. You're being a blue falcon there, Ishtola.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
You're supposed to be being a proper wingman.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Ha ha ha. See?
Minfilia, please!
Ha 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 ha.
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in.
Right.
Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
That's good.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
Okay.
You wished a word in private.
Wonder what Ishtola has to say. Why is Yugiri there?
The better not to spoil the festive mood.
Yep.
History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds stood before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation,
Oh,
It may
dear.
be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
Yep, she's...
I have not forgotten our conversation, Yashtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence.
Yep.
Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive.
Right.
But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
They both have a point here.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
Gotta say, she's very noble.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
She wants peace. She wants survival. The other one wants survival. They're both in the right. That's the problem. There's no real answers to a lot of this.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost.
Yep.
To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
That's a rather bleak view of things. Okay, weapon, Holy Lance, Dual Haken, Hellish Claws, Break Blade. Okay, item level 90 stuff. Because my weapon is item level 115, because that's what they gave, so a level 50 Samurai could go right into Heavensward content. I don't need to worry about that. And I got beeped at. What's going on? Let's see what we got here. When Yugiri met the fraternity. The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yugiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous human there and present the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I'm obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you are introduced abide in the shadows of Lamentson's society. They value their independence more highly than pirates and are united by a bond stronger than mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it be penned by the Admiral herself, mere words on parchment will get you only so far into their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. Here is the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the man. Oh, and good luck. I want to see what that armor is that you're wearing, because that looks neat. Heavy iron armor. Did you paint that shit? Yeah, that's heavy iron armor that you crafted. Yeah, that's crafted armor. That's what it looks like without any dye on it. No shit. This person is a blacksmith. This is what you can do if you make your own gear. Impressive. Actually, it doesn't look like you did make your own gear. You got it from somebody named Aztec Warrior. It must be a guildie of yours or your own alt. But every single bit of crafted stuff on you was made by somebody named Aztec Warrior. Because this is where the Rogue Skill is, and this is where the Inconspicuous Person is. And they're with a shadowy woman. Got business with me, adventurer? Melvin's okay. So you're the woman the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred too. Been a while since I've seen his shit-eating grin. But with all that doe-eyed wenches about, I suspect he's got his hands full. Ah, and you must be the Far Easterner that Melvin says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa. I am Yugiri of Doma. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I first learned of your organizations, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa's a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better business for business that we remain unseen. And so you've developed fighting techniques suited to that purpose. I see. Know that the practitioners of my art, too, are denizens of the shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There is much that we might learn from one another, I think. Then what in the seven hells are you waiting for? If you come with us, you Gary of what's-it? We can be acquainted with in far more private surrounds. Huh, that didn't come out right, did it? Okay. My lady, I shall remain with these people for a time that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us Domans. No words could suffice to express my gratitude. Before long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student. Translation? I can become a ninja if I want to. Back in the day, this was some really, really good gear. And they didn't give it to you like this. This is something they added with Heavensward to help speed the path along to getting into Heavensward content. How much time? Okay. About 10 minutes left to go. What's Yugiri got for me? We're only listening with gratitude, and there's Telechi. Oh god, I don't like that guy's face. Much and more has occurred since I first beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. And when next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I need to fulfill my purpose here with the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Okay, before I go, I'm going to check something. A couple of things, actually. Yep, this is the last one for 2.2. Let me check something really quick. Timers. 9 minutes left. Okay, back to Mordona. Time it takes us to go through this should get us our 9 minutes. And after that, I'll call it for the night, probably, or more than likely. Because truth be told, I'm getting a little bit hungry. I could use something to eat. Rising stones. I like that music out there. Every time I hear it, it reminds... I keep getting the image of a house band sitting in the back, complete with somebody slapping on a stand-up bass.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand.
Oh?
If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me.
Okay.
When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo.
Yes.
Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing.
Alright.
When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form.
Alright.
Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove.
That's less the Echo and more what the Ascians do.
Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul.
Right.
But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy.
That makes you more like an Ascian. That's not good.
It was of this that Elizabeth spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion.
That's not good.
And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal,
Right.
he was by no means invulnerable.
Right.
As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan.
Right.
And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed.
So you're saying that you think there might be a way that we can kill that which can't die?
There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness.
Okay.
To most, it is but a fairy tale. Yet recent events have given me cause to wonder. Could the legend in fact refer to the Echo?
So what you're saying is you think that we're reincarnates, okay?
Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time.
One moment, I need to check on something.
For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight.
Okay.
With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
All right.
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
What's going on?
Grave tidings from the Charlian motherland, my lady.
Oh dear, we finally found out what happened in
That concern
Charlian.
our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
This isn't going to be good.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
Okay, the Isle of Val. This is again a reference to Final Fantasy V. In Final Fantasy V, the castle that Galuf was king of, and the nation that he was king of, was the nation of Bal or Val. Now, this wasn't an island nation in Final Fantasy V. It was a nation on a continent. Admittedly, Final Fantasy's continents were kind of happy-go-hinky here. But, again, his last name was Baldessian. And his granddaughter was named Kryl. So when you hear her talking about Kryl's grandfather, she's talking about Galuf.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be.
That can't be good.
'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
That's not good.
12 preserve.
I presume we find out what happened to the Isle of Vol and the students of Baldessian in Heavensward content. Oh, great. This is going to be...
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
What's Telechi planning?
It is done, my lord.
It is done, my lord. That can't be good.
Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Revolution. Oh. Oh. Oh, fuck. That can't be good. Taking my silver. We'll go ahead and get the... We'll not get that quest yet. Let me actually check my time. Mission underway. 1 minute remaining. Might as well get my ass back to Limsa. Get up to the aft castle. Mission complete. Report to the barracks for debriefing. Let's see how the mission went. They were basically sent on a 1-hour mission to patrol the streets. The squadron has returned from deployment. Pray look over the report. They all got up to level 5. Okay, good, good, good. Rainy mission, city patrol complete. They all leveled. Woohoo. Let's see here. Aye, the recruits appear to have carried their task out in a sufficiently competent manner. You'd be surprised how many privates manage to lose their way on a simple patrol route. In any case, a small success like this will improve units' cohesion and help sharpen their individual skills. Regularly to begin mission employments or check reports. Each mission can be completed once per week, with deployment status being reset every Tuesday. Now let's talk training. Specialized instruction will improve the ability of individual recruits, but its main purpose is to encourage growth of the squadron as a whole. When you decide that the squadron's skills could use some sharpening, check the regiment board for a list of available training courses. Aye, much as I champion learning through doing, there are some things that need to be taught if the troops are to handle the tougher deployments. The more you bleed during training, the less you'll bleed on the field, as my old drill sergeant used to say. If we want the squadron to be the most elite unit in the Maelstrom, then we best not neglect their military education. Ready to begin Squadron's training, Commander? I think you'll find the course names fairly self-explanatory. Okay, providing increases units overall. Okay. It's 1 hour to complete. Okay. Mission on board. Okay. Squadron roster. Squadron attributes 100 out of 200. Or 120 out of 200, it says. We'll be using the 3 or 1 of each. Okay. Well, that's everything for now, people. I'd like to thank y'all very much for watching. Like, follow, and subscribe if you enjoyed the show. This has been Harmony Muse. Thank you and have a good evening.